This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not helping bad girls set up their websites, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World.
Dealing with COVID-19 is uncharted territory, and everyone has different challenges. People may feel anxious, down, or overwhelmed. For some, these feelings can lead to changes in sleep patterns, an increased use of alcohol or drugs, or withdrawing from the people around them. If you know someone who's having a hard time coping, you can help by reaching out to talk and listen. To learn more about how you can help someone in need, call the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-TALK. Brought to you by the state of Washington.
Tune in to Real Estate and Money every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3 here on Rainier Avenue Radio World. Join your hosts Violetta Strash with John L. Scott Kent North and Tina Lombard with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. They'll help you navigate the waters of our volatile real estate market and offer you some guidance on how to make your hard-earned money work to make your dreams come true. Learn about current trends, get tips on financial matters, and have fun, interactive discussions about your home inside and out. That's Real Estate and Money.
Hi, I'm Paul Pearson of Star Time. Did you know that back in the 1930s, Rainier Avenue Radio operated out of a supply closet in the Columbia City First Bank? Well, times have changed and so have we. Now you can hear all the great Rainier Avenue Radio shows on our mobile app for Android and iPhone. It's completely free on the Google Play Store and the iPhone App Store. The Rainier Avenue Radio app.
This is Brenda Charles Edwards, host of Seniors Matter. Join me every week to get information on activities and issues that impact the lives of older adults and their families. That's Seniors Matter every week on Rainier Avenue Radio.
The Earshot Jazz Festival kicks off October 8th and spreads out over 10 Seattle stages through November 6th with concerts all around the city. All concerts live and in person, and many of them streamed directly to your home. Tickets and information available up online. Earshot.org. It's the Earshot Jazz Festival 2022. See you soon.
You know you can't get enough of Rainier Avenue Radio World. Can't get enough of that. Can't get enough of that.
Oops.
I'm on mute, so
No,
now
you're
I'm
not.
unmuted. We got Eric. We got hey, our theme song is Daniel. If you could grab our theme song and play it real quick, if you can. If not, I'm not worried about it. We already have our guests on board. Thank you very much, Eric, for coming on, and let's just bring Eric in because I want to get into the heart of this. This is our very first show with our guest, Eric Weakland. Eric, hey, what's up?
How you doing, everybody?
Hi, Eric.
Yeah, and I try to do a little bit of a thing behind me, as you can see your saloon. I love the fact that it's called Hummingbird Saloon. I looked up saloon. I was going to say, well, every time I come in, should I be yelling, "Hey, partner, what's it?" No, that kind of thing. But anyway, but this is our first show with our guest, and I really appreciate you taking the time to do it.
Thanks for having me.
Hummingbird Saloon. I don't know, what is that place called, Brenda? Do we know what that place is, Eric? Do we not there? Is it? It's kind of like a little little shopping area right off of Rainier. It's 5041 Rainier Avenue South. You're sandwiched between a number of stores there. Rumba Notes, Full Tilt. You got everything there. Plus your establishment. You got a brewery, Flying Lion, etc.
Flying Lion.
Do you know the name?
John,
What?
that's Hillman City.
Yeah, it is Hillman City, but what's the name of that little?
It's right on the cusp of Hillman City and Columbia City.
Yeah.
We're kind of right in between.
In between, right?
Yeah.
And well, Eric, a little bit about yourself. Are you originally from Seattle?
I am not. I'm a transplant. I I lived all over like Idaho and Montana,
Yeah.
and Washington, has been the longest I've ever lived anywhere, honestly. But my roots are, the Northwest primarily. So.
Well, thank you very much, because I wanted to ask that, because we're going to kind of trade off here. The reason why we're doing the show is because we really want to highlight all the businesses in Columbia City / Hillman City, and you're one of the businesses that you were actually first on the list. I said I got to get Eric on, because you everywhere I've been that you've been, and you've worked at a couple of establishments. Always had a great interaction with you. Real good customer service. And so I'm going to let Brenda ask her, let her take off and interact with you, and then I'll just chime in as we go. So Brenda, it's all yours.
Oh, please. Yeah, let's go.
So, Eric, I unfortunately have not been to the Hummingbird Saloon yet, but I am looking forward to it. What are the things about the Hummingbird that attract folks to your establishment?
It's a 100% come as you are place. It's an establishment that we want everyone to show up and just be who they are. And it's historically, I've owned the place for 3 years, but it's been in operation for almost 10. It is just one of those things. We're trying to establish ourselves in the neighborhood as being just a good, like a local hangout, a joint. So
do you mainly serve beer, wine, or
beer, wine, cocktails, and we have food. We changed up everything after the of course COVID affected a lot of people differently.
Right.
The kitchen manager and I sat down and changed up our menu, and we simplified it and we made it better. We have just tried to make everything just good. I'd rather be good at like 10 things than kind of, work my way through 30.
Right.
I'd rather be known for a couple of things than be like, oh, that place is, Somebody should say, oh, you need to come and have this. You should eat this. This is the one thing that you should have there.
What are your hours?
Typically we go from like 4 to about 11 o'clock. On the Fridays and Saturdays, I'm opening a little bit earlier and staying open a little bit later, just because I think the crowd kind of, demands that. So.
Do you have a happy hour?
Oh, yes. Every day from 4 to 6, but on Fridays and Saturdays, we go from 2 to 6. We kind of extend it just to give everybody, a couple extra hours.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. We switched up the menu a little bit beyond just, cocktails and drafts. We're doing some small plates, so you can try a little bit of our, of our food, and like a half portion, like a smaller portion.
Do you have a favorite dish? Do you have house special?
There are a couple that we've really been excelling at. We probably sell, honestly, the meatball sub, which is like a hot sandwich, more than a lot of the other things that we sell there. We've been roasting and smoking our own meats a lot lately, and curing in-house a lot of things. We're doing like a char siu, like a Chinese barbecue pork.
Oh, really?
And we've made a sandwich out of that is absolutely amazing.
That sounds cool.
It's just called the Stone Monkey. It's the one sandwich.
Wow. Yep.
Oh, wow.
That one, the picture that is up right now is, I believe that's the, like our roasted pork sliders.
Yeah. That's a slider?
Yeah. And they're done as sliders, and we do them like $3 a piece or 2 for $5.
Wow, that's a healthy one.
Yep.
Oh, we've been.
Well, I was talking about size.
Oh, yeah. No, of course.
It looks pretty big for most of the sliders that you see. That's great.
2 of those is it's a pretty good little meal. It makes for a nice a nice snack.
Yeah.
And we roast that pork. We're roasting it, smoking it in house. Everything is getting done by us. So
Well, I can give you an unabashed expert, an expert's comment. Two people I know very well, my wife and her friend Jackie, they loved your apple pie a la mode. They said
Oh,
Jackie thought it was she was out of this world, and that was, and I know you still have it on the menu. I saw it, apple pie, and they said it was really, really good, and they're very critical about apple pie. I would have to say, but Brenda, we got to try it because
I'm game.
It's a popular dish. It's one of the ones that we sell a fair amount of.
yeah. But you also have the full range, like you said, of cocktails. When you go in there, it looks like a saloon. You got that whole panoply of booze right there in the front with the mirror and everything. I don't want to interrupt you, but your hours are you expanding your hours. I think on the weekend you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fridays and Saturdays specifically.
Yeah. Okay. And the other thing I wanted to mention is parking's free. They got parking there. There are other establishments there, but
there's a lot of parking for sure.
You got parking. So go ahead, Brenda. I'm sorry I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I had to get that plug in.
No,
Yeah.
that's just fine. I'm still interested in food. So you on the weekend you open at 2.
Correct.
Then during the week it's at 4, right?
Yeah, the rest of the week is at 4:00.
Okay. So then you don't have any breakfasts. You're basically lunch and dinner.
Yeah, no, we're pretty much a like an afternoon sort of establishment.
Okay, that's good. I mean, I don't get up too early on the weekend, so
Neither do I.
could just fit right in. No, my husband and I will definitely be down to try it out. You listed a couple of things I'm sure is whetting his appetite. He's listening to the show, so.
Oh, I check our menu out. We are trying to offer a lot of different things, and once we started figuring everything out, the shutdown, the COVID shutdown, gave us a chance to kind of, revisit everything.
See, I think that's great. You put a positive spin on COVID, where a lot of places has put the negative spin. It's I've been hearing what they can't do anymore. But you've turned it around and say, okay, here's an opportunity to do something else, or something that we may have thought about trying, and now we can do it. So I think that's great.
Yeah. Given the opportunity, we had a chance to focus on quality over quantity, and I wanted to, it's always been my goal with that restaurant or any restaurant I've ever worked in to, put out quality ingredients and put out things that I want to eat, things that I want to drink, things that, when I put it down on a table or put it in front of a person, I want them to look at it and say, wow, this looks terrific.
Yeah.
Or this tastes terrific. That's ultimately my goal is to make everything what I want to eat or drink.
Yeah. And then they can take a picture and put it on Yelp.
I certainly hope so.
Yep. But I did some.
I certainly hope so. I'm not the best at photographing food, unfortunately. But
as I was saying, Eric and Brenda, I did some snooping. You get very high marks for service, and which is great. I mean,
that's very key.
Food is one thing, service is the other. But I know because I've, like I said, been at establishments where you worked, and it's always been great service. You're always customer first. So when I come down there, I'm not John. I'm a customer. I'm just kidding. I'll be.
No, we should focus on those things. And John, I've known you for many years, and you are a wonderful person to be around. You're a good person to wait on.
Yeah.
But customers are also they're important to every restaurant, and they should always be. Without customers, a restaurant will not exist, cannot exist. Right. So we have to, we have to focus on, service. Service is one of the more important things in any restaurant, quite honestly.
Yeah,
it should be.
So you can put out great food, but if it's being served by people that you don't want to be around or associate with, you're not going to get the same experience. There are restaurants that focus on that, and I've been to them.
Yep.
Where
and I don't want to go back. I will never go back where the service is bad or poor. but like I said, everywhere I've been with you, it's been great. The other thing is, you managed to survive during this pandemic, and that's kind of unique in terms of the way I look around. Brenda and I were talking about Columbia City. We feel fairly fortunate that a number of the businesses that are in Columbia City were able to make it through this pandemic. Other
Oh, for sure.
places, they're gone. You know, it's unfortunate. But what would you say? And I don't want to interrupt you, Brenda, but I always ask the question. First of all, what made you decide Columbia City?
I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
Well, I moved into Columbia City back in 2001, and I have lived and worked here for 20 plus years at this point. This is the longest I've ever actually lived anywhere in my entire life. I mean, I'm 51 years old. I've never lived anywhere longer.
Oh, yeah. Well,
almost half of my life has been dedicated to just this one neighborhood.
One neighborhood.
So
I guess you like it, right? You've been here that long.
I do. I love it. I'm a resident of this town. I have done everything I could to put my roots down. That's what I want to do. That's the person I want to be. And I know everybody here. I know them. I know their children. I knew them before they ever had children. I know them now that their children are off in college. I know everybody. I've known them through their life and my life.
You are the owner.
When I moved here, my daughter was a baby.
Really, as a baby, you are the owner and operator of this establishment, Hummingbird Saloon, correct?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, you are the guy. You are the man. Well, that's why
I took it because I wanted to stay here. I took it because I wanted to be a part of this neighborhood and stay here. So,
yeah.
So, Eric. So, Eric, looking ahead, what's in the future for you and the saloon?
I want to kind of stay the course. I like what I'm doing there. I like the things that are happening there. I have a great customer base. The people that are there appreciate what I'm doing. I'm trying to be a part of the community, and I wish to remain, a part of the community. And they've been gracious enough to keep me relevant here. And that's really kind of where I want to stay.
Are you in the restaurant much?
I'm sorry?
Are you in the restaurant much?
I'm in there every day in some facet.
Okay.
I am behind the bar a couple of days a week. But I'm always there, picking things up. I do a lot of the prep cooking. I do kitchen work.
You're
I'm the owner of a restaurant. I'm the owner of a restaurant, which means that
as Brenda said,
I have to do everything at least once a day.
Hands on.
So
that's great.
Well, we will be in soon, and
I'd like that very much. That's great. I want to see you all. And
we like to eat.
As do I. Which
especially good food.
Yep.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
I saw the menu. It's a great menu. Let me ask you this: had you had any formal training as a chef, as a fry cook, as a line cook, or anything? So this is basically.
I've been working in restaurants since I was probably 22 years old.
Wow.
Wow. Even before that, honestly, when I was in high school, my father owned a sandwich shop.
Oh my gosh.
And in my hometown. So I mean, I know all of the basics, all of the aspects of like running a restaurant. I'd never been, in this capacity. I'd managed bars for probably 16, 15 years.
Right.
So it was about time for me to put my money where my mouth was, but
what a great you have background because your father had it, so you learned about meats, cuts of meats, and just how to run a business. That's great. A lot of people don't get that experience.
It wasn't so much like a delicatessen style. It was more of just a, like a sandwich shop. I wouldn't say like a Subway because it was better. It was they were like a higher quality, as it were. But there was more to it, I guess, because it was a privately owned business. It was not a chain business. It was not a like a franchise or anything like that. So
Okay.
so I had the advantage of working in private industry restaurant as opposed to
Well, let me ask you this. This isn't going to be 20 questions, but you know how to serve a Manhattan?
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite cocktail. If I was to drink a cocktail, Manhattan is it. None of that other stuff. Martini, Manhattan. Okay.
No, wait.
That's all I need.
Are you saying you haven't had our house Manhattan, the Hummingbird?
No,
Manhattan?
I haven't. And I'm gonna have to come down. Of course, I'm gonna have to. Somebody's gonna have to drive me home, but I'm gonna drink you. I'm gonna come down. Huh? Yeah. I want to try the wares because I haven't. I've only been there in passing. And I promise you, we will make our appearance there, because we appreciate the fact that you're taking time to share with us about your story, but the fact that you're here with us in Columbia City, and we support you and you're supporting us, and I think that's
I appreciate
great.
that. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's a great relationship, and like I said, I really have as they say, a soft spot in my heart for anybody who's an entrepreneur. I mean, really do, because it's a tough way to go, but
it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
we're fortunate in our neighborhood that the majority of the businesses that are owned here are owned by a very small group of people. It's not like a corporation. It's not an amalgam. It is one or two people, and you see those people on the regular. That is something that Columbia City has always held very dear to me, is that, when you walk into a restaurant, 9 times out of 10, you're going to run into the owner. When you walk into a business, 9 times out of 10, you're going to run into the owner.
That's true.
That is something that we were very fortunate, like during the shutdown, during the pandemic, that our neighborhood bunkered down and just frequented the businesses, in their neighborhood. We were very lucky about that. That is one of the things that kept everybody's lights on. That is one of the things that kept everything going for everybody here, was that our neighborhood came together and said, I don't have to go downtown to get a sandwich. I can go have a sandwich at the Hummingbird. I can go get a pint of beer at Hill City. I can go to the ale house and have a salad.
Yeah.
We took care of each other.
That's beautiful.
That is.
Isn't that the way it's supposed to be?
I passed around, but I said that the great thing about Columbia City was that all of us passed around the same $20 bill for, a good 3 or 4 months during the big part of the shutdown. Was we all spent that money on ourselves.
That's true.
Like I was saying, isn't that the way it's supposed to be? Isn't that the way?
It is the way it's supposed to be.
It's the way it's supposed to be, and that's beautiful. So now we've got a big event coming up just around the corner. Halloween. Are you expecting anything or doing anything special for Halloween at the saloon?
On the 30th, there is the big candy giveaway, the kids candy giveaway march.
Oh, okay.
I am kind of brewing something up for maybe the Saturday before. I mean, Halloween is on a Monday, so it's going to be difficult to, arrange. We normally do trivia, like a trivia night on Mondays.
Really?
But since it's Halloween, it might also be difficult to get more than 1 or 2 teams. So I might just cancel that. But I think the Saturday prior to that, we should have a, some sort of a Halloween observance, just kind of have people come in, have costumes, do a drink special, maybe play spooky music all night.
That sounds great. Well, you have, I saw you do a bunch of things other, you, like you said, trivia. I know I saw a couple of photos where you have live music. There were people there. They were just enjoying the heck out of themselves. Here we go. 5041 Rainier Avenue South, Hummingbird Saloon. Phone number 206-349-1731. Correct?
That's correct.
That's it.
Oh, yes.
You're closed on Tuesdays, but you're open every other day during the week. Correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. You got to come on down, folks. Support our local businesses. Eric is a great guy. I got to be, like I said. And
Oh, you're too kind.
yeah, no. You're always, like I said, everywhere I've been, where you've been, it's been really a great experience. But so now, when I come down, I want my Manhattan extra super dry, but with a cherry, not an olive. I like it with a cherry.
We grind our own cherries for the Hummingbird Manhattan, for the specialty Manhattan. We've been making our own, and they're amazing.
All right. You hear that?
So, Eric, are there any other themed, how do I want to say it, theme nights at the Hummingbird?
Presently, not really. No. I am welcoming any potential theme nights. So there has been talk about putting one or two things into motion, but for the most part, just Mondays right now for the trivia nights.
Yeah.
So,
but
I'm gonna I've been kind of trying to talk to the staff and talking to the public and seeing what they actually want, and we may have another night coming up sometime in the near future that might interest people. So,
well, trivia is good enough for me. I love trivia. That it's a lot of fun to me. But we did trivia night at another establishment up the street from you, and we missed it by 2 points. Doggone it. We were close. But
it's gonna happen. So I enjoy a good trivia night, and it's where as much as I won, I love winning. Occasionally, you gotta,
We are talking with Eric Weakland, the owner and operator of Hummingbird Saloon right here in Columbia City. This is the show with my great co-host, Brenda Charles Edwards, who hosts her own show, Seniors Matter, on Friday afternoons. I host my own show on Thursday, Seattle Here and Now. But we are really excited and super interested in meeting all the businesses such as yours, Eric, showcasing yours, talking to you about a little bit about yourself, about the business, and saying, hey, more power to you. We're really excited. Brenda and I, this is the Brain Trust. I think we've been at this for quite a while, huh, Brenda, thinking about how to do this, right?
Well, let's see. Friday, I will have my 206th interview, and you are probably about 220, 230?
Yeah, 220, something like that.
Yeah. So about 5 years.
Yeah. And this is what it led to. We said, thank you. We're now back in Columbia City full time because, we're taking over the Columbia City Theater. Like I said, how can we not showcase the businesses such as yours, Hummingbird Saloon? And
right.
So I appreciate that. That's that is one thing that a lot of people don't understand, is that a lot of the businesses in Columbia City are people that live in Columbia City. They're not, they're not distant CEOs, somewhere in New York or New Jersey or whatever. They're people you see at the PCC. They're people you see every day.
Yep. Folks like us.
So, and I appreciate that you're doing this.
Yeah.
What's that?
No, we appreciate you keeping your doors open and being able to be there for the long haul. Because like I said, when I can get an endorsement about your wonderful apple pie a la mode from my wife and Jackie Moscow, who are, as they say, reverent about who they honor and all that kind of stuff. They said it's to die for. So I'm going to have to get some. I'm going to have to get a taste of that. But like I said, I love a good Manhattan. It's been, several years before I've had one, Eric. So, hey.
You haven't lived until you had one of mine, John. Not going to lie
to you. Hey, there's the challenge. I'm there.
Well, I'm sure, John, When you go, you will get your Manhattan, but please have some food to go along with it.
Yes, I will do that. We are talking to, and we're going to be wrapping it up with Eric Weakland, the owner and operator of the great place, that establishment, that saloon down the street, right here in Columbia City, Hummingbird. Hey, they got a menu. I saw some of the items. I saw that that slider. It looked bigger than a slider to me, but hey,
Yeah, me too.
yeah, that's going to be worth a try. And with my co-host Brenda Charles Edwards, we're going to be here every Tuesday live from 9:30 to 10, hosting all and meeting and greeting all the businesses. Brenda has already set up a couple of shows. She knows the folks in the neighborhood. So, Eric, I really, really appreciate you taking the time. And
thank you so much. No, this has been a lot of fun. It was nice to get to talk to you all about this.
Yeah, well,
likewise. We'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon.
You know where to find me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm there every day on one side of the bar or the other. So
Yep.
All right.
Hummingbird Saloon, folks, 5041 Rainier Avenue South. Hey, check them out. They're open every day except Tuesday. So they open up at 3 p.m., but you open up earlier on the weekends, correct? 2 o'clock, you said, right? You
2 o'clock.
Four.
He opens at 4 during the week. 2
Okay, 4
o'clock
during the
on the
yeah.
weekend.
And a little longer on the
That
weekend.
means you're open on Sundays too then, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
I'd love to see y'all. Come in and see me.
We will.
Yeah, we will. Hey, thanks a lot, Eric. Great having you on. Continue success.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, John. Thank you, Brenda. It was very nice to meet you.
Likewise.
All right. Take care. Thanks.
Take care.